So you've decided you want to learn Python. Awesome choice. But maybe you found yourself just lost in a sea of tutorials. Yeah, you're definitely not alone. Well, today we're going to cut right through all that noise. We've got a visual roadmap that's going to give you a super clear path forward. Ready? Let's dive in.
You know that feeling, right? You get all excited, you open up your browser, you type how to learn Python, and bam! You're just hit with this tidal wave of tutorials and courses and articles. It is so overwhelming. You can end up feeling even more confused than when you started. But don't worry, that's all about to change.
And this is our map. Check this out. This visual lays out the entire Python learning journey as a tree. We're going to start at the roots and grow all the way to the fruit. Seriously, just think of this as your step-by-step guide. We're going to walk through it together, stage by stage.
Okay, so first things first, we've got to start at the roots. I mean, just like a tree, right? Your programming skills need a really strong, deep foundation. This is what's going to support everything else you build later on. So this first step, it's all about mastering those absolute fundamentals.
And I really can't stress this enough. There are no shortcuts here. Seriously. It doesn't matter if you want to build the next big social media app or analyze complex scientific data. Every single programmer starts with these exact same core concepts. It is absolutely crucial to nail these down before you do anything else.
So, what are we talking about? Well, first up is core syntax. Think of this as just the grammar of the language, the basic rules. Then you've got data types, things like text, which we call strings, and whole numbers, which are integers. After that, variables. These are super simple. They're just like little boxes or containers for holding all that data. And finally, control flow. This is the cool part. It's how you tell your program to make decisions, like, if this happens, do that. The key here isn't just to know what they are, it's to actually play around with them. Get these 4 down and boom, your foundation is built.
All right, so our roots are firmly in the ground. Now it's time to start climbing up the trunk. This is where we move beyond just simple commands and start writing more powerful, more organized code. And really, it all revolves around just a few key ideas.
So there are 3 big ones here. First, functions. These are basically reusable blocks of code. Here's a pro tip. Get into the habit early of turning any code you repeat into a function. Trust me, it's going to make your life so much easier. Next up, data structures, like lists and dictionaries. These are just really smart ways to organize big collections of data. And then, there's the big one, object-oriented programming, or OOP for short. Now, I know OOP can sound super intimidating, right? But honestly, it's just a really clever way to organize your code. Let's imagine you're building a program about cars, okay? With OOP, you can create a car object. And that object has properties, like its color and its speed, and it also has behaviors, like start the engine or hit the brakes. See? It's just a powerful way to model real-world things right there in your code.
Okay, now this is where the real fun begins. For real, once you've got that strong trunk, you get to choose your branch. You're finally moving from learning general Python to apply it in a specific field, something that actually gets you excited. And this is the moment your whole learning journey just transforms. You're not just learning abstract concepts anymore. Nope, you're actually getting skills that let you build websites, or automate your boring work, or uncover amazing insights from huge data sets. This, right here, is the big payoff for mastering all those fundamentals. So let's look at 3 super popular paths you could take. First up, web development. If you love the idea of building websites and apps, you can dive into a framework like Django. Or maybe you're fascinated by data, you love uncovering hidden stories, then a library called Pandas is going to be your new best friend. Or hey, maybe you just want to make your own life easier. You can write your own custom scripts to automate all those boring, repetitive tasks. The coolest part? Notice how each of these branches uses that same Python foundation, but they all lead to completely different, really powerful places.
And here we are. We've reached the top of the tree. This is the final step, and you know what? It's arguably the most important step in this whole journey. It's time to take everything you've learned, and actually build something with it. This is where you finally get to see the fruit of your labor.
Because look, it's one thing to watch a bunch of tutorials, right? It's a completely different thing to actually get your hands dirty and build something. The key, just like it says here, is to apply that knowledge. Creating your own projects, that's what truly transforms you from someone who just knows about Python to someone who can actually use Python to solve real problems.
And really, that's the bottom line. Every single project you build, I don't care how small it is, it solidifies what you've learned. It's in the struggle when you're hunting for that one tiny, annoying error for hours, and then you get that incredible feeling when it finally works. That is where the real learning happens.
That's what truly cements these skills in your brain.
So there you have it, a clear 4-step journey that takes you from the absolute basics all the way to building real, meaningful things. The roadmap is laid out for you, from the roots all the way up to the branches. So, the only question left for you is, what are you going to build first?